Hey, we're Fancy. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kara.
Kara, what do we have today?
Today we have a old Ezra 7-year-old. This is a rye, a foolproof rye, coming in at 57% or 114 proof.
Awesome.
Can you tell us a little bit about this rye?
Disappointment at first. Because I assumed it was going to be possibly like the Heaven Hill stuff. Like the old Ezra 7, the bourbon.
Your jam. Got
Yeah.
it.
But it's just a straight rye whiskey. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then on the back, it says distilled in Asian Indiana. And I was like, oh, it's not.
It's not Heaven Hill. It's it's MGP.
Mm-hmm. So clearly they must have put this in the works after they already had bought it. And I was like, oh, shucks. But then I was like, well, let's just get into it. And it could be amazing.
It is MGP, so that's not bad. Isn't it? What did you tell me about the mash bill?
The only thing I can find, it's a blend of two mash bills, a 51% rye and a 95% rye.
Okay.
I don't know the percentages. I couldn't find it anywhere. They're very vague, and all we know is just the two blends, and it's 7 years.
Okay, let's get into this nose then.
That's it.
It's a very light rye smell from over here, like light nose.
It doesn't really smell like traditional rye though at all. I'm not getting any herbal notes that you would expect.
I'm almost getting applesauce smell.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like a baked applesauce?
I'm getting a little bit of wood.
Yep, for sure.
Like a toasted wood. It's got
a little
sweetness.
A little spicy toasted wood behind the applesauce.
Yeah. Almost like a sweet, not mint, but something that tells you that maybe it's not like a straight up bourbon.
Yeah, there's definitely some interesting notes in the back.
It has a nice nose. It's very pleasant.
Yeah, it's very woody. If I inhale a little too deeply, I'd start to get the ethanol, the alcohol.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little.
But I think the toasted oak is predominantly on there.
It smells good.
It does. I got it.
Let's get into this.
What's a rye? This here girl's a rye.
Oh, wow, but it's so sweet. In the front, like
very
honey.
Sweet.
Oh, hold on. Caramel.
Slightly minty, but not overpowering because I'm not a mint person. But it has enough sweetness, and some of that toasted oak on the nose is like full blown on the palate. I'm not super oaky how I like it. This right here though, I know, who would have thought? This though, I could go through because it's got the honey, it's so much honey on it and the sweetness on it that it kind of balances out, that it's not just rough and abrasive. Some people like that.
Some people do like that. I'm getting very similar notes of that deep, rich honey on the front and that toasted oak mid. It has so much toasted oak, it reminds me of a double oaked bourbon a little.
Slightly.
There's like a similarity to, not like the Woodford double oak, but there's been a double oak I've had that's like this toasty oakness, and I'm getting that right in the mid to the finish. But there's like...
But it doesn't have like the darkness though for me that the double.
No, it's much lighter. So maybe that's the blend of the 95.5 and the 50.
Maybe 51%.
51%. I'm going to go back again. This is fun because it feels like it's it's an enigma.
So it's about $80. I've seen it as low as 75, but it's usually around $80, and it's up there. But it's also a 7-year rye. But how much of it is the 95%? Because that is usually a little bit more pricier than 51%.
That's okay.
But
I'm pleased with the palate, though.
I really enjoy this.
I'm getting I get a little bit of baking spices, almost like a sweet cinnamon you would bake with like cinnamon. Like it reminds me of like the cinnamon in a cinnamon roll. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm wondering if that toasted oak, that distinct flavor that's got a little bit of something, is the charcoal mellow on it.
I forgot.
Because it's got the little, it's not just wood. It's just...
There's something
different. I like it. It's 57%, and the more you keep going back to it, it does not drink that high. I like it.
It's your traditional
No.
expectations of what a 95.5 rye are, or even the other, the 51%. So
No.
the fact that they blended those two mash bills together gives me an interesting mid palate, actually. Something that I'm not expecting.
I think it helps round it out with the sweetness.
I'm kind of digging this.
No, I like it too.
I usually prefer 95.5 ryes because of that clove note, but that spicy toasted wood on the mid to finish is really piquing my interest.
Oh, for sure. I can see not a lot of people liking this though.
Oh, really?
Because it has sweetness to it that maybe some people don't enjoy.
It's not herbaceous.
No.
It's not
no.
minty.
It has slight.
It's
Almost, okay, you know like when you chew like Trident gum and then it's like no flavor and then it has like just that weird note where slight mint, that's what's left.
Oh, really?
Like when you've chewed out all the good flavor and then that just you're left only with the mint and not all the sweetness.
I don't know.
That part of the mint.
It's hard for me to detect with that woody note that I really love.
It's
it's not hitting any of the notes that I don't care for. It's ticking all the boxes instead that I'm like, oh.
I like it. I like it for the age statement.
Love it.
It's $80. It's hard to try and find that high of an age statement, regardless of the proof.
Yeah.
For a rye. Even in bourbon, sometimes there really is.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But it's not bad.
I'm satisfied with that.
I like it. I would buy it again.
Heck yeah.
But it's something that I don't know if I could recommend to people that are hesitant of ryes, only because it still drinks like a rye.
It does. So maybe not necessarily for a pure bourbon drinker.
True.
Maybe for somebody that's looking for
it would be
something.
a try. Try somewhere first.
Try before you buy.
It's not super rye, but you can tell it's a rye.
To me, this feels really safe because of the sweetnesses, the sweet caramely honey, I think.
Okay.
Feels a little bit more safe. But I agree with you. I think it's a kind of a fun, different take on MGP rye. I think it is definitely a try. But at $80, if that's in your realm of whiskey spending, I say go ahead and
for a 7-year
go ahead and pick it up personally. But so, what do you guys think? Have you had a chance to have the old Ezra 7-year rye? And what are your thoughts? Give us your tasting notes below. And if you like what we're doing, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you can join us in the next video. Well, I don't know about you.
I fancy this whiskey.
I fancy this whiskey. Cheers.